Hello, everybody. I hope you're doing really, really well today. I am Michelle Legaly. I'm the creator of the Empaths and Sensitives Facebook group and several other things. And I hop on every single week and do some type of tool, tip, training, or inspiration in the realm of intuitive work, life coaching. Those are my two big passions, sometimes business building, because I truly believe the empaths and sensitives of the world are the healers, the helpers, the light workers, the life coaches, whatever you want to call yourself, it doesn't matter. But I truly believe when we get to a certain level of understanding and healing within ourselves, it is our natural evolution to go on and want to help other people do the same. And I feel like that's what I've done in my life, and that's what I help other women do now also. If you're here with me live, say hi in the chat. I'd love to say hi back to you. If you're catching the replay, put hashtag replay. And let's get started today. Today is all about past, present, and future readings, part 2. In fact, part 1 was over 2 weeks ago because I was going to do part 2 last week, but Facebook went down. Does everyone remember that? Last week, Facebook went down. So instead of coming on live, trying to figure out what was going on, I hopped on my email. And if you were on my email, you saw that I sent an email giving you access to Intuition 101, a self-study mini course that I used to have paid on my website. And I gave it to my email list for free. It is still for free right now. That ends tomorrow, Wednesday, March 12th or 13th, I think, at noon Eastern time. I will put that link right here in the comments. Hi there, for all of you who are joining me live. So glad you're here. If you are interested in getting the Intuition 101 course for free, again, I think we've got 24 hours left. And then that will come down. I will put it in the comments. So go check out the chat or the comments wherever you're seeing this. And you can get that link again until March 13th around noon tomorrow. I'm going to turn that off. Okay. Let's see. So today's all about past, present, and future readings, part 2. When I say readings, it can be information that you are getting for yourself, and information that you want to use this tool to get information for others. I even think you could use past, present, and future, the tool, the framework, to get information in terms of mediumship. We haven't really practiced that yet, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. So let's first just talk about past, present, and future readings for yourself and others. So most of you know I have a group called Intuition Circle. It is a monthly membership. And in the February and into March, we have been working on past, present, and future readings for ourselves and others. And we do it for a lot of different reasons. I gave everybody a framework, but they are starting to see how it actually works for them. It's a little bit different for each person, and that's great. We want to figure out how you're wired, how your guidance system speaks to you, how you access information. It's great to use my tools, but the greatest thing is for you to figure out your own system and work within your own system. So that's the most important thing. Once we do that, when I talk about past, present, and future readings, it's really using what we call past, present, and future. And notice this, I'm doing the quotes. Everything's really happening now, right? Even if I said I wanted to access information from the past, I'm doing it now, right? Accessing information in the future, I'm doing it now. It's always now. It's never not now. So we set our center, or we ground into the now first and really feel into yourself on what now means to you. We pull back all of our thoughts, feelings, and energy, as much of our awareness and our consciousness into that now moment. And that's how we begin in really identifying all the subtleties of what now is for you. And that in itself is so grounding. And then from that moment, being in that now grounded sensation, we ask to access what we would call anything. I usually go to the future first because I'm so future oriented. It's just how I'm wired. And for me, when I open up to the future, I always get drawn to opening up to the right side of my body. My awareness goes to the right side. For some of my students, their awareness goes forward. For some people, the awareness goes up. For some people, the awareness goes in deeper. Notice what it's like for you. And then I set the intention to get a piece of information, to either see something, feel something, hear something, or know something that we would call future. Or sometimes I call it tomorrow's now. Again, it's just a structure we're playing with to see what kind of information we can access. Notice what you get there. And then I bring all my awareness back into the now. And I'm very familiar with that now because I spent time there cultivating what it feels like, the subtleties of it. And then I shift my attention to what I would call yesterday's now, or what we might call the past. But again, we're doing it in the now. To me, it's to the left side of my awareness, my physical body. For some people, it's down, up, behind, in. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Actually, there's no wrong way to do it. The right way is for you to trust yourself and see where that space is for you. Then I set the intention to get information on what I would call the past, what's important for me to see, feel, hear, or know. And I open myself up to get that information. And then you can stay in that and ask questions around it. You know, I always like to stay in those areas in a playful energy, curiosity, like, oh, that's interesting. Why did I see someone digging a ditch? Because that's what I just saw. My mind goes like this. There was just a funeral in my family. Was that what that's about? Is someone trying to connect with me in spirit? Am I just digging a ditch in my own life, like spinning my wheels? Like, this is what my mind's giving me when I see this digging ditch scene. And your mind might give you things like that too. I don't have all the answers yet, but you can stay in that and just like be playful and curious. I can also take what I got and pull it back into the now. And then I have time to think and feel about it there also. You can also access what's important for me to know in the now. See, feel, hear, and know. Again, there's no order to this. I always like to start with the now. I don't really even know why that's so important. I don't think it's a great idea to live constantly in future energy or past energy. I think it's important to ground into the now. I bet there's the highest quality of life living there. Again, I'm just making this up, but I suspect that's true. And then notice what you get in the now. And then whenever you're ready, come out of it. Sarah Warden, how are you? So good to see you here. Okay, so that's past, present, and future, how I've been teaching it inside of Intuition Circle. Again, everybody has their own spin on it, what's true for them as they work on the inside of them and notice how they're wired. And that's what we really want. The second part of that, or part two, is how do you use those abilities to access information for others? And it's been so interesting for myself and others to practice with, to watch my students and myself practice with others. So for me, I noticed that I don't want to use the same system that I use for myself for others. It seems to be a little confusing for me. So for me, what I notice is the structure feels the same, but then there's an overlay of color. And that overlay of color is a representation that I'm doing it for someone else. And that color changes depending on the person that I'm giving a past, present, and future information to. That probably sounds crazy, but I hope it does. That make sense to you? If it does, I hope it does. When we access past, present, and future information for others, a lot of the times it's not going to make sense to us. We're just going to get a snippet, and that's okay, because we are just supposed to give what we get and hand it over to that person and let them figure it out. Sometimes it'll make sense to them, sometimes it won't. And maybe there'll be another video on being okay with when it doesn't make sense. I think that would be really valuable for all of us. Because I think when something doesn't make sense, we take that on as, I'm not right, I'm not good at this, I don't really have abilities. Honestly, that's what I did for way too many years. That's not the case at all. And in fact, I talk about that inside of Intuition 101, the self-study mini course. It's in the chat. Again, you can get it for free for like another 24 hours. I talk about, go get that. That'll really, I think one of the classes in there is called Your Perception is Never Wrong. And I think that's exactly what I'm trying to talk about right now. Okay, I know I went all over the place. I hope this was helpful. I think the two big takeaways were, I never realized that past, present, and future frameworks could help me access so much information that I wouldn't normally receive in the way I normally operate as an intuitive. So give it a try and see what you come up with for yourself. And also, I wanted to let you know that Intuition 101, the self-study mini course, again, is available for free until tomorrow at noon. Okay, hope that's helpful. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great day. Bye.